See, look, man, ain't nobody here trying to judge nobody. You know what I'm saying? Life is hard hard enough, Nobody needs to be judged and all that. Shit, we all got family members.
Look at his new car.
Some of us might have, some of us, he knocked out on that jump. Some of us might even went through this ourselves, And I want to start off by saying R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, right? Might be a little late to this conversation, but it's been eating at my mind, and I want to say something. What you all see on this picture here, that's Cowboy, right? That's the guy that his big homie supposedly, which he may have been his big homie at one point in time, but life, when you start getting successful, you got to cut the ones that's holding you down out. You keep them, put them on a long spoon, and that's pretty much what I think was the case here. He gave him a job working at the shop, making sure everything was clean, keeping shit in order and all that. But this is a person, right? And I don't know why. I mean, I haven't heard nobody mention it. I don't know. I'm surprised the Danza report didn't say nothing in another video or something. But this is an individual that is on crack. Okay. We all know what it looks like. Okay. We know what it looks like when somebody is on a crack binge, right? I remember when I watched this interview, I was thinking like, why did he even get on this interview like that? But see, that's what happens when you on that shit. If you got opportunity to make a little bit of money so that you can get more, you gonna do it, no matter how you look, no matter how you sound, no matter how you acting. The man was on the interview advertising his car, ready to sell his car. I think it was a Jaguar, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. It was a Jaguar. He was advertising selling his Jaguar, and it looked like it was in good shape. It don't look jack clean, right? So the man is clearly on crack. That is the look of somebody that has been smoking crack on a binge, okay? And I think what it is right, everybody, in my opinion, I'm gonna say allegedly, and I ain't no shot at Cowboy. I don't know the man personally, you know what I'm saying? He seemed like a solid cat or whatever, but at the end of the day, when you are part of a situation like they was a part of in that neighborhood, it's pretty much what the top dogs say. You know what I mean? It's an order of things. It's an order in things. That's really with anything really. That's with the government. That's with neighborhoods. That's with anything. That ain't even just a Crip of Blood thing or a GD thing or Vice Lord Latin King thing. That's life itself. Because truth be told, the gangs were formulated after the governments. It's the same formula, just a lower scale. It's just a smaller scale. That's all it is. And he knew about the hit, He knew about the hit. It was clearly an inside hit, allegedly. Allegedly, like, you know what I mean? Because the man came first there with his shirt off and a flag around his neck. That's showing two messages here. That's showing hostility, and it's showing nakedness. It's letting them know that he ain't got no gun to try to put they nerves at ease. You see what I'm saying? And Cowboy being a OG, he should have known that. They already had said that the nigga ain't been around. The dude had not, let me stop, I ain't trying to use that word no more. The dude had not been around the hood. He has not been welcomed around the hood. He had a jacket on him from what they're saying, right? Looney Bin, all that shit, right? So he wasn't welcomed around the hood. He pops up magically out of nowhere representing the hood with his shirt off and a flag around his neck. That should have told them something. Now, they say, Nipsey Hussle said, is that shitty cuz, right? I wonder how this is going to play out. Right then and there, that should have drew red flags. That should have drew antennas up. Let me say that. That should have made everybody's antenna go up to be on alert on what's going down here. Okay, it was already tension between what's his name, Big U and Nip. It was already tension there, because the bottom line is Nip had became bigger than Big U. He became bigger than the Rolling 60 set. Period. That's all there is to it. He was the Rolling 60 set at that point. When you think of Rolling 60s, you thought of Nipsey Hussle. You didn't think of Big U. You didn't think of anybody else. You just didn't. That's just what the bottom line was, right? And Big U said something real important on an interview. I forgot which interview it was. What was it? Was it Drink Champs? Was it? It was one of them interviews where he said that he wasn't ready to give up his piece of land that he fought for. That's what he said. He bled for this land. It's still his piece of land. He ain't ready to give it up.
Oh, yeah, that was Drink Champs.
Yeah, it was on Drink Champs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that. Not only that, the man laughed at the man on his live when somebody said justice for Nip. They laughing. They said justice for Nip. Why? Look, come on, man. If it wasn't what it was, why would he be laughing at that man? Laughing at the fact that somebody said justice for Nip. If anything, he should have said, you damn right, justice for Nip. My little homie, rest in peace, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, here's what it is, right? The man came back around with the red shirt. He crept back around the corner, all right? Gun Nip down. Now, this is going to be the one jewel that I'm going to put out there, right? When he kicked him in the head. That if you all just think, right? That was the kick in the head was basically to say that this is coming from up top and that you were out of order. Now, I'm going to reference you to a movie, right? A movie that everybody knows, Italian stuff, right? Which we all know, us black folks, we love emulating Italians for some reason, when Italians ain't doing nothing but emulating the government, like I said, right? No disrespect to nobody, right? But yeah, I love Italians too. However, I love the movies. Now, go to The Godfather 1. Big time movie, one of the biggest movies in history, one of the biggest draws in history when it comes to, drawing money, right? Sonny, the oldest son of Don what's it?
Corleone.
Don Corleone. Right. When he took over for that short period of time while Don Corleone was recovering and all that, when they gunned him down, when they set him up with the sister and and her husband or whatever, and they shot him up right there at the booth, they kicked him in the head, just like what Shitty Cuz did to Nipsey Hussle. All that is saying is that this is coming from inside the organization. This is coming from up top, and you were out of order. That's all that was. Now, I'm telling you, this man. Back to Cowboy for a second, though. This interview here on the Danza Project. I mean, I really was like, God damn, me and my wife, we couldn't believe this one. It was like, dude, look at his teeth. I mean, his teeth is butter. That's crack, y'all. That's somebody that's on crack. He knew about the hit. That's why he went right indoors just in time. And even when the gunshots started going off, allegedly, even when the gunshots started going off, he had enough time to come out there strapped or whatever he needed to do and take care and try to give assistance, help with the situation, try to shoot back at Shitty Cuz, whatever, stop him, something, whatever. He had time to do that. And he chose to wait until Shitty Cuz got that kickoff. And as he was running off, then he creeps out and runs to Nip. Probably to see, allegedly, to make sure that that he was, had stopped breathing. That's what allegedly, right? Look, like I said, I'm not saying this to say that he is just a grimy, evil guy. But I guess there's no other way I can say it, huh? The fact of the matter is, I'm just saying this to say this. He knew about the hit, man, and it's eating him up. It's eating him up. That's why he's out here doing drugs. He's doing crack. That's a crack at. That's crack right there, y'all. That's somebody that has been doing crack. Okay? And I'm gonna keep on saying it. And who knows, man? Like they didn't started. They got the little knockoff clothes, basically trying to eat off of Nip's ideas and all this and all that. I mean, it's crazy, man.
like when I first met Nip, like I said, I came home from prison and it was in '03. I think I was just in the hood chilling and he had like walked by and I asked the homies like, man, who's that little youngster? They was like, oh man, that's E. He a rapper. You know what I mean? So I seen him again walking through the hood and I'm like, hey man, where you from? He was like, man, I don't bang. I was like, bro, you look like you bang. I like, man, some enemies roll over here. You look like you bang to me. You know, and I sat back and I talked to the homies. I said, man, that little box a couple years, let him grow up, box. And I just started talking to him every night. You know, I came home from prison. I always had the little stress weed, so they really wanted to smoke, get in the studio. So I just started getting equipment and stuff for him. You know, we just linked up, and
Man
then
was getting a
every night in the
minor
studio, we
high.
would be making music and shit. Then during the day, he would sell CDs. So he gave me a shitload of CDs. And I was like, man, I didn't know what to do with the CDs. But everybody that jumped in my car wanted to buy one. So I started selling them up. So we was out there every day grinding. Like Slauson and Crenshaw, that was our office.
Now,
Right here,
please
this is
tell me,
we shot his
man,
first video right here on this porch right
if
here.
if if
This right here, we shot our first video when he was in my video. He ain't got no hair on his face, no hair, no
no,
beard,
face
none of
all
that. He
getting
was like
thin,
18, 19. He was young when he
ain't
was in
even
my
got his
video right
ain't
here
even
on this
got his
porch.
cowboy hat.
You know, one of his first
Where's his hat
videos.
at?
You know, if you look at if you ever seen any of my rap videos,
Beard turning gray. That's
so
guilt,
I
man.
came
He
about
going
like
through
right
it.
before YouTube started popping, so
I'm
we
so
put
sad.
a few little
It really
videos
is.
out. But if you look at all my
He
videos
going through it,
and
man.
you
That
look at all
man,
them
look, man, that man
videos,
is on rock, man.
he did a video in every
That's that
spot that
rock.
I did
I'm
all my
telling you.
videos from the gate. He followed the same lap
Man, he
that he
gonna
had
start trying to
previously
sell his
did.
car in a minute,
You know,
man.
so
I
every
couldn't.
every
Once I
video,
saw that, I knew. I
he
knew
followed
from
the
just seeing
blueprint.
him,
So
right?
right now, I'm
Because we all
following
know what
his
it looked like,
blueprint.
right?
You remember me? I
But
took it to a
when
certain
he started
level.
trying to sell his car right here on the interview, man,
I
I'm
took
like,
it to
God
one
damn, dude,
level.
it's like
Then
that.
he
This
came and
nigga
took it
trying to
to
get
the
some more
next
money.
level. Now we trying to get it even more. You know what I mean? It was just tragic because we lost bro. You know what I mean? We lost bro, and here it is 6 years. He's still in the mix. His name, he's still in the mix. He's still talking, still trying to figure out shit. But we lost a great person. You know, we didn't lose to nobody.
Man, I had
Nobody
a
talk
family
about
member,
shitty
man, that
cuz
sold the
you feel
motherfucking
me? We
car for
still talking
$30,
about Nip. We
man. So
talking
I
about
already
somebody that's
know.
great. You know what I mean? So,
When he started talking about selling that
Nip was
car
in the
right
guy.
here
So
on the
Nip
interview,
served his purpose on earth. That's what get me. That's what keep me going. Cause I
I
know
knew.
when I seen him in his casket, he had that
Yeah,
smile like John, well
Alleged.
done, like did that.
yeah, allegedly.
That keep me going.
Teeth all
That
yellow right
smirk he had
now. I
on his
mean, he ain't
face
brushed his
when I
teeth
looked
in
at
probably
him.
3 weeks.
Like yeah, John,
I
well done,
mean,
son. You did
Stop.
that.
I
So
ain't trying to
I've
look.
been
I
to a
ain't
whole
trying.
bunch of
Look, the
funerals,
point of this,
and I don't
everybody,
know where
was
all
to
those
just
people went.
say
You know what I
that
mean?
I
Even
believe.
though they may have been my
Okay, this is
friend,
my
but you
opinion.
know what I mean? I don't know
I
if
believe
they
that
up or down. You know
he
what I mean? I
knew
don't know where
about
they
it. They
went, but
informed him
I
about what
know
was going to happen,
Nip is
and
up there
he had to
with a
comply.
job well done. No,
That's just what I
yeah,
believe.
yeah.
He had to
Yeah,
comply.
Nip's definitely one of them legends. You know what I
You
mean? You're a
know.
legend yourself. And one thing I
And
wanted to know
now
on
the
top of
guilt
that is
is
how did
eating
you come
him
up, or how did they
alive.
come up with the
It's
name
eating him
OG Cowboy?
alive.
How did that come about? That's just the
Well, he
internet,
didn't
you
fell
know.
completely off the wagon.
So basically, when I was
The
in
man's
prison,
hat, his
you know, we
cowboy
were in the
hat, is
yard. It's gonna be like
missing.
110 degrees out on the yard, and we out there working out.
And I ain't
So
even
we
try. I
got a
wasn't even trying to
barbecue
be
in the
funny,
little
man. But
straw
it's
hat.
where's
So
his
I
hat,
get the
man?
straw hat, and I shape it
Stop.
like a
Stop.
cowboy
Stop.
hat, and I'll be out there working out every day. So I had shade
What
every day. So
happened
I
to
started
his
wearing the
hat?
cowboy hat. So
God
when I
help
came
me.
home from
God help
prison,
us all.
then I went back to
Jesus.
prison. I
Jesus.
had another
Jesus.
cowboy hat on. I kept
Look,
on
another
doing it.
cowboy.
So
He always
when
got a
I came
cowboy hat, but he
home,
ain't got one
I
now.
bought that hat
And he got his
and I
hoodie
started
on.
wearing my cowboy hat,
That
and it
just
reminded me
shows
where I came from. It kept
cruddiness.
me out of trouble.
Like he about
You know what
to
I mean?
like he about
Normally,
to
when I
try
ain't
to
got my hat
do a
on, I
heist
mean, I'll
to
be
try to
on
get
some
some
shit.
money.
I'm on
I
my
ain't even trying
bullshit.
to
But when
joke
I got
on,
my
man.
hat
Yeah,
on,
I ain't
it
trying to
keep me
clown
in
dude,
check.
man. I
Like,
really ain't. But I
you know where
don't
you going.
appreciate
You
the
know what I
fact
mean? So
on
I
how he
had to be
carried that
reminded
situation.
of
Because I
prison
felt
when I
like
came
he
in.
should have been
But
wise
the
enough
name
as the
Cowboy came
OG.
about when
As
Nip
an
passed.
OG, he should have seen
The
that,
world
man.
and the media
He should
came and
have peeped
asked who
that
I
energy,
was.
man.
At that time,
They should have kept
I
their
didn't want
eyes
to
on that
be
nigga the whole time.
no
Just for
gang
the simple
nothing. There
fact,
was no
out of
gang.
nowhere, he
Nip
comes
just
around
had
the
this
hood.
gang. You
They
know what
hadn't
I mean?
seen him.
We
Well, you
trying to
know, his
change the
brother said
game.
they didn't
So
follow
I was like,
protocol.
I let him know I'm Cowboy.
Yeah, Black
This
Sam, yeah.
Cowboy
Nip's brother said
is
that they
not
didn't
no
follow the
gang banger.
protocol.
Cowboy
That's
trying to change
because
the
they was
game banger.
informed
You know what I
not to.
mean? I got other names that's hood names.
Allegedly.
You know what I mean? But Cowboy's about change. If I gave the world Cowboy, then I got a big homie named Big Cowboy that rest in
He
peace a
let that
long
man
time
kick that
ago.
man in the
But his
head, and
legacy
then that's
never
when
kept going. So I said I'm gonna
flee
take
the
on your
scene.
Cowboy. Cause I was tight with one of his
Flee the
homies that was in
scene
prison. So
without
yeah,
having
I
to worry
just took
about
on that
any
legacy though. So
consequences. a man, an important figure in his neighborhood, gets gunned down in front of his place of business,
when you hear Cowboy,
a place that he's using to
I'm
try to
respected by
uplift the
Bloods, I'm
community.
respected by Hoovers, I'm
Now they
respected
ain't
by
got it
all of
now.
them because they know what I
Now
stand
Black
for.
Sam and took it and moved it
Now the
somewhere
Crip,
else.
claiming Crip, this
You know,
happened prior to ever meeting
that's
Nip.
what
So,
happens.
Yeah, you know,
We are
I
worst
grew
enemies,
up, I
man.
grew up in Crip
Us as black
neighborhoods,
people, at
whatever.
times, we
Before
could be our
Bloods, we
worst
did
enemy,
this
man.
shit. It is
For
what it
real,
is.
we
You
can
know what
be.
I mean? But
We could be our
I'm that
worst enemy.
OG Crip Cowboy. I'm
It's like
Cowboy.
when
I'm
one
not an
try to
OG
do
Crip
better and uplift
Cowboy.
the community, it's
I'm
like it's
Cowboy.
some type of
yeah.
energy in our
Now,
That's
minds,
not my title.
and not my mind, not your mind, not the person who may be watching this mind, but just
now for the
in
people
black
that
people in
that
general.
don't
It's like
know
an
you
energy
and
in
all
our
the
mind
influences
that will
and all
make
the
us want
stories
to
that came about, right?
sabotage it, will make us
What
want
did
to
Nipsey
stop it, will
mean
make
to
us
you?
want to. I don't
You
know.
know what?
All
When
right,
it passed,
people
it was like
pay
losing a
people to do
dad
that.
and a
Yeah,
son.
and yeah, well, yeah, you got that
Because it
aspect
started
too.
off
You know what I'm saying?
like a
Like, I
little
mean,
brother.
it's
It started
deep.
off
It
like a little
goes
brother to me, like, you know what I
back to the
mean?
Panthers and
Then
back to Malcolm
as
X,
I
back to
was
Martin Luther
looking up
King.
and he was
Hell, it
elevating,
goes
he
back
would
to
come race
Jesus
me up like,
Christ
hey, bro, you
himself.
need to get your shit
It
together.
is
You need
always
to
going to
da-da-da.
be
And
some
I was
type
like,
of rift within
I'm
your
supposed to be
own
telling you this
community,
shit.
within
You
your
acting like you
own
big homie. Like I'm your big
region
homie.
of
But
people. You
he
know what I'm
relate to
saying? It's
me.
like
You
that.
know,
That's
like
just
I
the
said, hey,
problem. And it's
Nip, let me
like
hold some bread.
we
I'm
was on
staying in a
such,
hotel right now.
man. We
Nip
was on
said,
the move,
okay.
man. We
So
was
what
on the
you gonna
move
do
at so many
tomorrow
different
though?
points
You
of
gonna call me
times
again?
in
And he said, you know
history,
what?
and it would
What can
always
I
be
do for
some
you so we won't have
entity,
this problem no more?
FBI,
I said,
some
look,
entity,
play for my room
CIA,
tonight
some
and give me some
entity,
CDs.
LAPD, some
I'm good.
entity, New York PD,
I never
some
asked him for a
entity,
nickel
police
ever again
departments
in
all
life.
across the country,
Never asked him
all
nothing
across
about
the
bro. I
world.
stuck with them CDs and I made money
You
and I
know,
kept
it's
grinding.
always
You
some
know,
entity.
then I started doing
You know,
t-shirts
even in
to go
Africa itself, you know,
chicken
the
and
way that
waffles.
they got it going, you know,
Now I'm
all that
farming. You
self
know,
genocide and
I
all that,
stay, you know,
and
Nip
all that
always said
blood
he
feuds that
admired
they got
me
going on
because I
over there. It's
always
like an
stay active. I
entity
always stay
that
within
is,
myself. I always
they
stay,
always
you know,
come
you can't
and
tell
they
me I
get
can't
one
do it.
of
I'm
your
gonna do
own
it.
within your own
You know, so I'm
situation,
a
your
true
own community,
marathon
your
runner.
own
You know what I
organization
mean?
to take
I'm a true
you
marathon
out,
runner. So I've been doing this
to
shit.
take you out. I wouldn't be surprised if the record companies had something to do with this. You know what I'm saying? The music industry. I just wouldn't even be surprised
Snoop Dogg was fighting his murder trial.
because
I was in the
you know,
courtroom
it's
with
clear that that's
Snoop
what they
Dogg
doing too
fighting
in
the
the
murder
music
trial.
industry. They sitting
Doing that
there,
shit, protesting since then,
they
you know. So
signing
when I
these
met
young
Nip,
black artists who
you
hungry
know
out
what I
the hood.
mean?
They giving them these
Yeah.
crappy
He
deals for
laced me
one.
up. He was a
All
soldier.
these
He
360
was
deals
solid.
where they basically own
Now
their
I
whole
remember a
identity,
viral
their
moment
whole
a couple
human
years back
existence.
when
They own it. Anything they
Nipsey's
make
mural
money
was
off of, they own it
vandalized,
now. You know what
and
I'm
he pretty
saying? And then
much
on
called the
top of that, that ain't
community to
enough.
stand
Now
up.
they get
A
people
short
from
while
their own
after that,
community
there was a gentleman gunned
to
down that
gun
was
them down in
claimed
the
to be
streets.
the guy that
To
did
that
that. What are
point
your
now,
thoughts on
they
that
took a
going
$20 million
down?
artist like
Well,
who was it
it
said that?
was
I think
told me
Cat
something
Williams said it
like
right. They
when
take
I
a $20 million artist and make
everything
him a
like,
$50 million artist just
it
like that
may have been
overnight.
like
And then on
3 or
top of that,
4
they
weeks
ain't got to worry
prior.
about
It was
paying
something
nobody
prior.
but his
So
mother or
it really
whatever,
wasn't.
or some type of
It
family
really,
member
really
once a
Then they
wasn't
got
year.
for
insurance
that
on
or
them.
whatever.
Yeah, and
Because
Oh,
like I
and they
said,
got insurance
oh,
on them.
all of this is
Yeah.
alleged
they put it
anyway.
in there like I had said last week. That
Yeah,
was some shit
allegedly.
that I woke up in the morning like, man, what the is this?
But
Like, no, this is a joke. You
yeah, I
know,
mean
on
it's
my live,
sad
like,
what we
man, I
watching,
know this
man.
is some bullshit. And, you know, if you
I've
look at
been
the whole
meaning to
thing,
talk
I'm like,
about
man,
this, and
I know my
Cowboy,
roots
man.
in Inglewood
I'ma
don't
pray
feel
for you,
like this.
brother.
Nah, I knew this got to be
I'ma
some
pray for you,
bullshit.
man.
This is
You
setup.
gotta
You
put
know
that
what I
rock
mean?
down, bro.
Yeah.
The
Real
world took
talk,
me.
you
I
gotta
think I
put
was
that
locked
rock
up. I
down,
was, I
bro.
was in
I
jail
mean, I
for
get
some
it.
time, but
I know the
at the
guilt
same
may be
token,
getting
yeah,
at you.
that was
You probably
unfortunate. You
really did
know,
love Nip, you
I didn't
know.
see any of our
But you a human
black
being, man.
men die
You a
of
human
Bloods,
being,
Crips. I don't care where you
and you were
from.
supposed to be
You know,
his
if you about that
OG.
change, you know,
So I get it. It may have
we
been
been killing
hard for
each other
you
for
to
years,
be
and ain't nobody
working for
winning.
him, and
Nobody winning the
he might
war.
have started
You know what I
treating you a
mean?
little less
And
than
that
what you thought you should be treated like.
this
Who knows how
generation.
you
So we
felt? We know
behind
we
it though.
all
I
got
wear
our own
red
feelings
now.
and stuff,
I
and
see Bloods wearing blue. So
we
we
can
done got
take
over the
things the
color
wrong
line.
way.
So now how can we be
But
friends again? How can we learn how to?
For you to be on here trying to sell your car,
where you from? But like, hey, how you doing,
bro?
black man? What you do for a living? Not where you from.
Stop, bro. Go find your hat.
How can we network?
Get yourself together, man.
See, it's a lot of networking.
For real. Nah, real talk. Go get yourself together. And ask God for forgiveness, man.
My girl like, yeah, we gotta go with her. I'm like, damn.
Because the crack ain't gonna forgive you.
So I'm like, damn.
It's just gonna make it worse, bro.
It shouldn't be like that. I should be able to
it's
go
gonna make it worse.
where I want to go.
And everybody know you ready rocking it out, my nigga. That's all it is to it, bro. But That kick in the head, all it was to say that it was out of he was out of order. And we just gonna say God bless everybody, man. R.I.P. to everybody that we lost. R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle. R.I.P. to all the ones that, you know, that tried to make a difference, you know, that we may have lost too early. And for real, R.I.P. to everybody, man.